it's Linda Canase from iCrafter. Thank you so much for joining me on our channel. Today I'm sharing a new die designed by Lori Whitlock. It's called Flexi Card. And let me show you a little bit of why it's called a Flexi Card. You see it's dimensional, but it really is just a simple thing of the front bends. It flexes like this, and the two ends slip into these tabs on the back of it, and it becomes a dimensional card. Pieces here in front are interchangeable pieces, so you could say Happy Father's Day, Celebrate, or Happy Mother's Day. So let me show you real quick what this is. The back or the front piece. You can see it has this opening here, and then it has these interchangeable pieces that you just drop in there when you die cut. And in this case it says Happy Mother's Day, so you'll get this pattern. Or you could change it out and you could have it cut out where it says Celebrate. So it really is simple in that respect. And then there is one other piece, and this creates the back of the card, which has these two slots. And let me show you, it's just this piece. You can see it a little bit better here. It's just this piece. This part is the tab that connects to the front of the card. So let me go ahead. I'm planning to do a little bit of decorating the some with alcohol inks the front that I want to use for this card. You want to keep it fairly bold, because you don't want it to be too busy, because you won't be able to see the words stand out if everything's too busy on this. So let me go ahead and get ready to ink. So I'm starting off with the piece of photo paper, and it's very glossy. You could use Yupo, or there's several other types of very slick surfaced cardstock. And then I'm using alcohol inks in Lettuce, Pesto, and Stream, and then also some alcohol blending solution. And I'm going to do something kind of free-floating, just adding these colors and letting it flow around. The main thing is I need enough surface covered so that I can die cut this out of it and have everything all together, covering the whole surface. And I'm just going to start with a generous supply of blending solution. And then I'm going to just start adding the colors, and I'm doing it from the darkest to the lightest. And I'm going to start tipping it. And you want it to be fairly liquid, and you could add some more of this blending solution, and I'm just blending it back and forth so that it covers, just kind of tipping and tilting and kind of making everything run together as best as I can while still maintaining the amounts of color that I want. It will also do some really fun streaks as we go, so you can kind of see what's happening there. The thing to note too is that I used colors that are similar, so the greens and the blues tend to work very nicely together. Let's do this. Okay, so we're pretty good. I think I need a little more in that one corner, so I'm going to first add some blending solution here. And sometimes you get these really cool streaks, and if you love those, keep them. If you aren't loving those, you can always tilt it and do something else with it. I always say that alcohol ink is a very forgiving kind of medium in its own little way. You can't really control it, but it is forgiving, because if you don't like an area, you just add more alcohol ink or add more solution, blending solution, and you get something different. I'm going to prepare for the next step and be right back. So I'm going to die cut it using my Magnetic Pro deck. So I'm just going to lay that on there. And when I cut it, I want the tabs on the right hand side so that it flexes with the words coming out. And because this is magnetic, it's going to want to hold it in place. So I place it, and then in this case I'm going to use the word celebrate, and I'm just going to center it. Now you may notice that the opening is bigger than the word celebrate, but that's because it has interchangeable pieces. So if you were to do Happy Mother's Day or Happy Father's Day, it would fill up that whole space. But in this case, I'm doing celebrate, which is smaller than. So you just kind of center it in the middle there. And it is magnetic, so you don't have to worry about it moving about. That is the beauty of doing something like this on a magnetic product. And let me get my machine out. Go ahead and apologize if the screen is going to jiggle a little bit, but you can see why I wanted to make sure that this was dry. And I'm just going to roll it back just to make sure we have a good clean cut. And now this paper is a little bit thicker than regular cardstock, so I'm just going to check to make sure everything cut out fine on the back. And now I could just lift this off. And I think it is sticking a little bit because the ink itself is a little sticky. And because there are so many little intricate pieces, you do want to be a little careful in making sure everything cut out. I'm going to move the machine real quick. I still need to cut the other part of it off, but I want to concentrate a little bit about getting all these little pieces punched out of here. I need to die cut it thick. And I'm going to just die cut that out. And that's the back of the card. Okay, so now that we have the front of the Flexi card and the back of the Flexi card, we're just going to attach them, and it's really simple. On the front of the Flexi card, there is a crease line here. So you just want to fold that back, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult because of this, it's photo paper. So I highly recommend that you use the burnisher to make sure you have a good clean fold there. Okay. Now you want to just attach it. We're just going to glue it to the back side of the back side, if that makes sense. You want to just apply some adhesive to the inside of this tab. Now you could use dry tape. Good strong adhesive would be recommended. And so then you want to make sure the slots are to the right when it gets attached. So I'm just going to do it just like that. Just align it so that the fold is right there. Just want to make sure everything's aligned right there. And this is another good time to do the burnisher. Okay, so you're just attaching it just like that to the back. And we are basically done. You should probably let it dry a little bit more, but it is basically done. All it is that loops or hooks into the little loops there, and now you have the front that flexes out. That is the Flexi Card designed by Lori Whitlock for iCrafter. So be sure and please like, subscribe, and hit the bell to receive more creative ideas from iCrafter. And be sure and visit us at icrafter.com for more inspiration. That's i-crafter.com for more inspiration. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.